shouldn't think back. I should have. Once me. Today, listen. There's no trucks, or trains, or airplanes, or motorbikes even. I can imagine not long as they take enough stuff with us. We just ride over and swing by the museum. Look, cars aren't working right. No. What's at the museum right now? Listen, me. Oregon's pioneer heritage. A living exhibit.
As Annie came to the door, a candle in her hand, we were certainly going to find the covered gallery with plenty of candles. She gazed at the two big double wagons, but only for a moment. That was one of those things she loved about her, the way she always seemed to land on her method.
We need help. We've got to get these things out back.
His wife was short and Mediterranean dark, and full figure in all languages, and Sandy's long coloring. She flung herself up into the box of the wagon and kissed it.
Oh.
She turned his face to what like the moon gave.
I'll get my bag.
Her daytime occupation was registered nurse and midwife.
It looks worse than this. To see superficial cuts. And that guy slugged from the pictures flying bullets and stuff. That's for later. How's Nancy?
Fine. Don't worry. I'm sleep right now.
Placid and docile by nature, but the noises and sensations heard had them nervous, eyes rolling, sweating and tossing their heads. He was glad there was a big open lot behind the loading dock. The wagons took up a lot of room, and aided the huge grand piece pushing the floor. Andy and Diana had brought this place cheap, converting it into a warehouse and dance, the latest in herbal, organic, stored cafe places. The extra space in the rear of the building meant that the covet of the city also had a convenient location for expats, at least when they couldn't take the time to go to the good place. It was beautiful there, but remote, which was why they generally only went for Saturdays, the 8th great festival of the year's wheel. The familiarity was to one of the partially raised loading doors. The back section was still all their concrete and structural members, not like that long Victorian cafe area in the front. It was candlelit, as it usually was to the right. The carpet covering the circle and quarter sign was downtown. Shadows flickered on the high ceiling, over crates and carpets, and shrink-wrapped platforms with big stacks of bags on them. The air was full of neatly dusty, appetizing smells of flour and dried fruit, and the ghost of box of jars of scented oil someone had been crashing on the floor last year, all under the morning safety. The younger faces, teen adults, children mostly asleep, off in the office room they usually occupied during the ceremony. Judy was a cold face and kept packing things.
Probably shouldn't split up the way things are out here.
He nodded emphatically. The adults all gathered around.
Bruce did.
Oh,
All of them. His plane was only 100 feet up. It was just family. There were a dozen jets, all over the east. Engines quit. The whole airport went under the 15 minutes. Those are the control towers. All the night. And I barely made it out. We did it north. It's not just the cities, but everything's out. As far as I could see, you could see a good long way from there. Everything stopped at exactly the same moment.
Everyone contributed their story. Dorothy Rose and Steve McIntyre used a shotgun to stop looters. That sent Diana scurrying for the trademark household protection revolver, and then for the separately stored ammunition, which took a while because she'd forgotten where she put it. Everyone stared at the certification as a result when she fired it at a bank of box granola. They dropped into the night in the 5 old tradition. At last, Chuck held up a hand, sitting around, hashing things out with a consensus of wonderful.
Even though that means I'll be fired and arrested because I flashed my Parks and Recreation credentials and took all that living history stuff that I told the show you. I was the only one who had bugged out up there. But if it isn't, and the Andy and Diana and their friends are heading out. I'd love for you all to come with me. You need a lot to this.
Out of there? Why?
I told you. There are 250,000 people in the metro area. If this goes on, if our opponents, the U.S. sees the rats, the ones with these facts, the ones who survive are very good ones. Don't sit around and listen to something better. Unless they do get back. But I'm not going to bet my job right now. As for there, one thing's for sure. Universe is driving the balance to the best. I'll bet you anything you want to name. She couldn't get the same idea. Head for her blessed words.
He pointed northeast.
We've been a long time if we have to. We'll leave a message for the people who didn't show. A hint of where we're going and what we think is happening. Look, these wagons can haul something like 6 tons each. So,
Michael Howell held his left hand up with a fist punch. Football stopped behind him as he peered into the brush and half out the snow along the Centennial Trail in the cold shadow of the tall red cedars. Just peeing on it was a relief. All he knew of this particular stretch of country was maps and compass headings, and it was an enormous mental load off his shoulders to be able to follow a marked trail, even if it was still wet with slush and muddy, as a great benefit of being here between the end of cross-country skiing season and the beginning of hiking. The animals weren't all that wary, since they didn't expect to transit. He got his long stick from the branch. It was as thick as after lunch, and nicely heavy. He let it fall from where he was carrying it under his armpit. He had to smack it to his palm and cut it in front of him. The snowshoe pair made a break for it as he moved, streaking up the slope and jinking back and forth as it went. He slipped the stick forward and it moved to her.
yes!
The thrill had the sweet, almost surprising feel you always get when you're going to eat. The rabbit stick had hit the hair somewhere in the body, and it went over in a thrashing tangle of limbs. He started forward. The second pair of mud ropes streaked out much farther up the slope. He waited as the girl brought the bow up, drawing a smooth flexing of arms and shoulders as it rose. The string snapped against her bracer, and the arrow flashed out in a long, beautifully shadowed curve. He followed it with a habit born of days of hard work and short actions. The other snowshoe came left at just the wrong moment. Asher recovered the arrow, then she checked it, gradually brought that shot, and smiled at him. Congratulations.
Good luck next time.
He dropped to his heel and finished the hair off with a sharp blow of the rabbit stick. The animal was a young male, a little under 2 pounds, with relatively small ears and big shift breed. He was crouched by the side of the trail, getting ready for the gutting and skinning, when the stretcher came into sight. Eric Larson was on one end, and his sister on the other.
Thank God! Where you go?
Even their father looked up from where he walked beside his wife and smiled.
That's what they call it, a rabbit stick. Take a rest, everyone. It's time to change off anyway.
He stripped off his sheepskin coat and rolled up the sleeves of his flannel shirt. It was chilly, but getting blood out of the fleece was impossible. There was a little hole in a pocket on the outside of his belt sheet. He put a finer edge on the Pluto and began breaking game. After drifted off her head, she could shoot rabbits easily enough now, and was certainly willing to keep her share. But she didn't like to watch the butcher. Eric followed, probably teased her. Someone was going to have to tell the kid to lay off, but Otto remembered what his brothers at the time, and doubted it would happen anytime soon. The problem there would come when Eric got some food and rest, and felt going up a beam to try pushing the older man. Hopefully this whole lot would be off like a hollow parent like that. Jack stayed beside the stretcher as he always did at stops, holding Mary Larson's hand. He and his wife talked at those times. Back and forth, as if this was just a frustrating interruption in their ordinary lives.
This Larson knows his wife better than himself. He's trying to sum someone up on a short plane.
Delicate, arms, and also jumped up on the stretcher, throwing down his elbow beside each woman. What Asher insisted was affection, and Cobblepot was searching for somewhere warm and things with him instead of digging. 60 months came up. She listened to the Bible passage in the tree. She carried it when she flung it on the stretcher during the break 2 months before it, and swung it on her hands with her arms around her knees, watching the skin and butcher the little animal. She didn't flinch at the smell or scent of meat being butchered anymore either. He rolled the meat, punched kidneys and liver in the time, and they stewed everything when they made ham. He still had a few packs of dried vegetables, and the invaluable titanium pot. You got more of the food value that way than roasted, particularly from marrow. And it made one small rabbit go a lot further among sticks. Boss Mary Lawson found it just easier to keep down. The antibiotic in her mouthpiece of dog from the top of her legs. She was worried about dogs, although the scope worked for her neck.
What calls it a rabbit stick?
Signy nodded towards the tool used to kill the hair.
The additionality.
His hands moved with skilled precision.
Which means the people. Surprise, surprise. The particular bunch around where we lived are called Ojibwe, which means puckered up. My grandmother's people. My mom's side, that is. I used to stay with Granny Lauder and her relatives sometimes. We lived pretty close to their place.
Oh, that's how you learned about all this woodcraft?
He looked around at the savage wilderness.
You really feel at home here. Beautiful, but also like Lawrenceville and Summer Farm, or even the ranch in Montana. All this.
She gripped his hand as great speech of top slopes all around them.
Hated us and wanted us to die.
These mountains aren't really hostile. I like getting wilderness. Just indifferent to no sort of unforgiving mistakes. You know what you do it, you live here anymore.
You could, Mike. But what would you need?
Nice tight cabin and get some flags run like good.
Do you mind picking up the rabbit stick and hitting him over the head?
Sure. Well, with a rabbit stick and a knife, you can survive the most times a year. And with a knife, you can make a rabbit stick and whatever else you need, like a fire grill. You can help deal with that. Then go to a little green branch fire so the smoke kills your scent, then you stalk in snow. Breeze every time they look around, and make a stove step while they're not paying attention.
It's fascinating. Of course, the Native Americans did live here.
Big blue eyes become mine with the light.
I wouldn't put that on.
He gave a slight mental face.
You're effectively in charge of your dad and you don't go fast and loose. Not to mention your parents were. Even when this first started, you were tired of your dad. Nobody knows he's down for the admin. He's got to settle it better. I hope you don't believe any artistic crap about it.
Oh, such a course to learn.
Indians have to learn this stuff just like us pale faces. It's not genetic. Some of Grandma's relatives, hunters and trappers, real woodsmen, and I used to hang around. Learned a lot from my own dad, too, sure. So I figured the Ojibwe part is why they chatting and talking. It's perverse, but
He scrubbed down his hands and forearm with some of the snow lying in the shade of the whortleberry bush, trying not to think about the hot showers and snow that hit ash in his throat again, and winced a bit doing it. Pulling her hands back protectively, curling the fingers as he took the drum. He took her hand in his and opened it. The palms looked worse than they were, because the streaks of skin from the first blisters had turned black. Moved him again, just as she had by shaking Hammer's hair from his forearm. Then began to neatly trim the stubs of dead skins. That should help a little, and reduce the chafing. There hadn't been times they had really grown in calluses yet.
I told you to put more of the salve on them. You're pushing it too hard. If something starts bleeding, say so. Someone will start yelling to them.
I'm getting off an airplane, Mike.
You're also 40 times lighter than that, but most of it's on his shoulders and arms. I thought you had more between your ears than these guys, though. Get up the crew. Someone had to think about their hair, don't you? That's a really good. That's it.
He learned quickly, rarely had he pulled confidence from his mind, and didn't stand around waiting to be found work.
No quitter, a whiner. Praise that for the way.
They may be bigger, but I'm a lot younger than Dad. Look at the way she looks. It's gray sometimes, but still especially on his deep heart. And the doctor warned him about his heart. But what do you do? He gets sick out here. Carrying him and him off.
He looked over at the elder Lars. The flesh had melted away from him, but it didn't make him look healthy. Just sort of fat, and his color was as bad as he could talk. Cold and the brutal work and lack of proper sleep or enough food was grinding him down. And he wasn't a young man or in good shape.
This is the way to get in shape at his age. More of this, and I wouldn't bet on him coming through. I can't take him off carrying the stretcher for his son. Too much else to do, and I'm the one that knows how to do it.
By the way, there's something you should consider about listening to that, as you put it.
His brows went up, and she continued by putting her hand out, fingers cocked like a pistol.
That's pretty good. That's fine.
Alva was on his feet running forward in the net, moving a thoracic stick and tumbling sickly on her backside. She was up and falling, half a heartbeat later, though. He passed Eric. The twins were right on his heels as he flashed into the clearing. Their legs were long, and their high tops were better running gear. Solid mountains. Master unimperatively sprinting fast with the boat popping back and forth in her left hand, and the blood trail was clear enough for anyone to follow, right down to the splashes of hot snow and mud, and last year's dry grass sticking through both. He pushed himself harder, knowing all too well how the tap could turn off suddenly on a trail like that. Last, when he was on the watch the whole time, like 72 candlesticks, the ground beneath them was bare and clear, and the wounded animal was following the trail. That wasn't just time. It was on the whole ground and would make for maximum speed. Just a little higher.
Good. They can work at it.
The blood trail wasn't dying off, getting thicker if anything. Then he saw the animal in a patch of sunlight not far ahead.
That's no like out here.
It was an elk, a 3-year-old bull still carrying his rack, a 6-pointer, and he knew it must be badly wounded. A healthy elk could do 35 miles an hour in a sprint, and 20 all day long. The hollow mare staggered and began to collapse by the rear. Blood poured out of his nose and mouth. The forelegs gave away and lay down, and jerked and still with his big tongue hanging out of his mouth. Master and his twins were 50 behind him.
Get back.
As if the back of his words was the final galvanic tip. It was a little bit but still magnificent. Glossy reddish brown on most of his body, with a shaggy gray mane on his thick neck, and a yellowish patch on the rump around the small white tail. He could just see the fletching of the 2-foot arrow against its ribcage behind the left shoulder. Astrid must have been lucky. The blade of the broadhead struck with the edges up and down, slipping between 2 ribs and going right into the lungs, probably cutting a big artery or nicking the heart too.
Yeah, I never could have punched through the outer ribs and struck horizontal enough for a 25-pound raw.
Even so, that was a light bone and a short shack to bring down something this size. Bull elk were the size of a medium-sized horse. This one wasn't quite full grown, but it would dress out at 400 pounds on more steaks, roast, chops, ribs, and organ meat, enough to feed 6 people for a month. The main problem would be carrying this weather is a long time once he trained it properly and dressed down. Astrid was dead, one quick as another.
It's right onto the trail! You're only 20 feet away! Go me! Go me! I got this! I got it!
That's a jig, kid. That makes up for a hell of a lot of lost rabbits.
Sydney hung to her sister and Jan's turned a circle.
Take it back, little lamb. I'm gonna say sorry with every mouthful.
Howell nodded agreement and moved in to make sure his health with his hand. On the one hand, there was no point letting him suffer, but on the other hand, he didn't want to go to his scalp with 62 pointed hammers and crotch on it.
Sorry, guys.
He passed his hand over the beast's size and then his own.
Maybe we camp for a day's rest. Mrs. Larson isn't looking very good.
Then, what he was seeing through the stand of mountain ash penetrated.
Eric, come on. What? Ranger cabin's just through there. Figure we can get your mom into a real bed and start the stove in about 20 minutes. Clean everywhere.
Even Michael Howell exulted the next morning. What was clean. It made his gaming clothes repulsive, but he pulled them on and padded out into the hallway, carrying his boots, and followed his nose to the kitchen, gratefully taking a cup of bad instant coffee from Astrid at the door. The 4-room log cabin had been built by the WPA back in the 30s, and it had a big wood stove with a water heater, plenty of stacked firewood, a meat safe, and even some food in the pantry, flour in a sealed bin, canned fruit and vegetables, salt and pepper and baking soda, left for just this sort of emergency. There were blankets in a cupboard too. Even in this year of grace 1998, you didn't have to assume vandals and thieves would be by. Not in the middle of the Selway Bitterroot, you didn't. That kind usually didn't have the stamina for a 3-day hike through frigid mountain forest from the nearest road. For castaways like Hobble and his passengers, the Forest Service would be forgiving. The radio was thoroughly dead, and the batteries too. Not even a tickle in the tough taste test, which didn't surprise them, although it was as annoying as hell. Right now, he was satisfied with something besides MREs or cold rabbit stew for breakfast. Signe Larson was cooking. He'd done ribs and steaks last night. Started a big pot of perpetual stew that still simmered on the back plate. If you brought it to boil now and then, you could add fresh ingredients and water daily and keep it going indefinitely.
Flapjacks.
Her weak blonde hair was loose and still slightly damp and tousled from washing with a scrap of soap.
And canned peaches to go with them. Yum!
Food for the gods.
He accepted a plateful. His body craved starch and sugar, only a little less. Eric and Astrid were concentrating on eating. Like their sister, they bounced back with the resilience of a healthy human.
I did too. Only the rubber's just the slightest touch less resilient than 28.
Jen Larson was looking less like Walking Dead, hardly due to a night on a real mattress, even if there were only blankets rather than sheets, and mostly that his wife seemed to be doing a lot better too.
Okay.
Alma looked out the window. It was just past dawn, with sunrise turning the snow on the peaks opposite Rosy Pink. If he hadn't quit soon after he'd left the court, this would be the perfect time for a cigarette. It was a pity tobacco was so goddamn bad for him.
We can make it in 2 days if we push hard. The emergency people want to get help back here a lot faster than that. There's a year-round crew at the Lobster Ranger Station, and Lowell's only a ways down I-12. Good luck.
Ben Larson stuck out a hand when Howell rose.
Thanks, Mike. Well, he's doing my job.
Howell was careful not to squeeze too hard, because Larson's hand was as mucked up as Signy's or Eric's.
You and your family are my responsibility. We gotta see you safe.
I won't forget it, Mike.
We better get going before everyone gets all soppy.
Yeah. Gotta get Mom to the hospital.
He glanced sidelong at Signe, who was just setting down her own plate.
Though Sis here is gonna be real disappointed we're not going to Montana.
It's amazing how repulsive you get when you're not starving.
The ranch next to our place there uses our pasture and pays us by doing the maintenance and looking after our horses when we're not visiting. So